Today we are taking up the case study on calculation of EBIT, tax on EBIT, NOPALT, financing cash flow and free cash flow to the firm. We have done the same case study earlier, similar case study earlier. That is for 2 years. So in this case study today, we are going to calculate for 3 years. 3 years information is given for of profit loss account and balance sheet of a company, and we'll have to calculate for 2 years FCF, financing cash flow, EBIT, tax on EBIT and NOPALT. So let us look at the case study what is given here. The profit loss account and balance sheet of a company is given for 3 years. Net sales and income from marketable securities, non-operating income. There is a total income, that is the profit loss account, credit side of the profit loss account. Then we have cost of goods sold, selling and administration expenses, depreciation, interest expenses. There's a total expenses on the expenditure side of the profit loss account. Total expenses 285, 329 and 383 respectively. And then profit before tax is total income minus total cost and expenses. That is 350 minus 285, 415 minus 329 and 485 minus 383. Then tax is 20, 26 and 32. Then profit after tax, that is 45, 60 and 70. That is profit before tax minus tax. Then dividend is paid. The remaining is a reserve. So this is the profit loss account. Then we are given balance sheet. Equity capital 130, 150, 150. So second year 20 million got increased. So new issue of shares. That is the cash inflow, financing cash inflow. Then reserves and surplus, debt, there is 150, 180, 210. Every year the debt is increased. So it's a new rising new loans. So there's a cash inflow. Then fixed assets, investments and net current assets. The total is 370, 450 and 510. The tax rate is 40%. During the year 2, the firm made a right issue of 20 million per year. That is, it is given. It is obvious that second year the company has raised equity capital of 20 million through right issue. We'll have to calculate EBIT for the year 2 and 3 and tax on EBIT for 2 and 3 and NOPALT for 2 and 3, FCF for 2 and 3 and financing cash flow for 2 and 3. And then we'll have to calculate invested capital, ROIC, return on invested capital and growth rate. So invested capital, what is called invested capital? So invested capital means how much money which has been invested in assets, in both fixed assets and current assets. In fixed assets and current assets, what is the total amount invested? That means your total assets, the total assets is here, total assets is 370. In the total investments made in fixed assets and current assets, that is 250 plus 60, that is 310. So that is a total invested capital. Invested capital. So invested capital means total assets minus investments. Total assets minus investments give us invested capital. Then ROIC, return on invested capital, that is NOPALT divided by invested capital. NOPALT divided by invested capital, that will give us the return on invested capital. Now, how do we get the growth rate of a company? The growth rate of a company is net investment divided by invested capital multiplied by 100. That will give us the growth rate of a company. Net investment divided by invested capital multiplied by 100. That will give us the growth rate of a company. Okay, so let us calculate one by one. So EBIT for year 2, okay, EBIT for year 2 and year 3. So EBIT for year 2 and year 3. So EBIT, as we have seen, earnings before interest and tax. So interest expenses, interest income and income from marketable securities are excluded. So you take profit before tax, that's a base, profit before tax is the base. So profit before tax is 86. Profit before tax. Profit before tax is 86 and 102. 86 and 102. With this you add interest expenses, as we have seen. Interest need to be adjusted. So interest expense is 24 and 28. All of you can see that? Hello? Hello? All of you can see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 24 and 28. 24 and 28. Add this. That is add. Then minus interest income. That is income from marketable securities and non-operating income. Interest income from marketable securities. Income from marketable securities, that is 10 and 15, 10 and 15, and non-operating income, that is 5 and 10, 5 and 10. So how much comes? Anybody? 86 plus 20. Any clarification, anybody? Any clarification? Any clarification, anybody? 86 plus 24 minus 10 minus 5. 95. Second year, third year? One not five, correct?
Yes,
105. So any clarification, anybody? Any doubt, anybody? Any clarification, anybody? Calculation of EBIT? All of you understood? Then tax on EBIT. Tax on EBIT. Tax provision. So tax provision, what is given is for a second year is 26 and 32. 26 and 32. Add back tax on interest expenses. Tax on interest expenses. Tax rate is given. Tax rate, what is given is 40%. It is given here. So 40% on 24. 40% on 24. 9.6. 40% on 28. 40% on 20. How much?
11.2.
11.2. Then minus income from marketable securities. That is 40% on 10, that is 4. 40% on 15 minus non-operating income. Non-operating income. There is 40% on 10, then 40% on 15. How much? 6, no? 6. 6. 40% on 5. 2. 40% on 10, 4. So how much comes? 26 plus 9.6 minus 4 minus 2. Minus 4 minus 2. $29.6. 33.2. 33.2. So NOPALT is EBIT minus tax on EBIT. NOPALT is EBIT minus tax on EBIT. That is 95 minus 29.6, 105 minus 33.2. That is called NOPALT. NOPALT is NOPALT is EBIT minus tax on EBIT. EBIT minus tax on EBIT.
65.4.
That is year 2.
Yes, sir.
Year 2 is 95 minus 29.6. How much comes?
65.4.
65.4. And year 3, that is 105 minus 33.2.
71.8.
71.8. 71.8 million. 65.4 million. Okay. So any clarification, anybody? Any doubt? Anybody? So what is called FCFF, free cash flow to the firm, or cash flow? That is NOPALT minus net investment minus non-operating income post-tax. Non-operating income post-tax. So we'll have to calculate net investment. We'll have to calculate net investment. Net investment is net fixed assets at the end, net current assets at the end, minus net fixed assets at the beginning, minus net current assets at the beginning. Okay? So year 2 net investment. Let us calculate year 2 net investment. Year 2 net investment. Year 2 net fixed assets at the end. Net fixed assets of the second year. Net fixed assets second year is 300. Net current assets is 60. So 300 plus 60. Okay. So 300 plus 60 minus net fixed assets at the beginning. There is 250. Net current assets at the beginning is 60. There is 60. So 250 plus 60. So 360 minus 310. 360 minus 310. 50 million. Is that clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay.
Sir, can you please repeat the formula again?
Yeah, net fixed assets at the beginning. Sorry, net fixed assets at the end. Plus net current assets at the end. Minus net fixed assets at the beginning plus net current assets at the beginning. We have done earlier, we have done. Okay. Okay, now fixed assets at the end is 300, second year. I mean, we are calculating for second year. So second year means the end year. So 300 and 60 is the net current assets. So 300 plus 60, 360 minus fixed assets at the beginning. There is 250 plus net current assets at the beginning is 60. So 60, 250 plus 60 is 310. So 360 minus 310. 360 minus 310 is 50 million. Then year 3, third year net fixed assets is 325. Net current assets is 85. So 325 plus 85. 325 plus 85. 410. 410 minus 300 plus 60. Second year. So 410 minus 360, 50 million. Okay. Any clarification, anybody? Any doubt, anybody? Any clarification, any doubt? Is that clear, all of you? All of you clear? Gayatri is clear?
Yes, but a little bit down, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Next, net to fixed assets at the end minus net current assets at the beginning.
No.
Is that formula, sir?
Yeah, it's here, no? We have done, no? So here, see here, look at this here. Net fixed assets at the end, okay? Plus, can you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, net fixed assets at the end plus net current assets at the end minus net fixed assets at the beginning plus net current assets at the beginning.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Got it, no? So, for a second year, it will be second year minus first year. For a third year minus second year. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Merlin, understood?
Yes, sir.
Renuka? Renuka? Renuka is not there.
Yes, sir. I was not able to understand.
Okay. 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 Then we'll go next. Then we'll have to get now we'll have to get FCF because you have already net operating income minus post tax is there. So you can calculate FCF for the, okay, FCF we can calculate. That is NOPALT. FCF is NOPALT minus net investment minus non-operating income post tax. It's called FCFF. So FCFF FCF of year 2, that is NOPALT how much? NOPALT how much we calculate? NOPALT of the second year?
So it is 65.4 million.
65.4, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 65.4. So 65.4 minus 50 minus non-operating income post tax. We calculated, no? Non-operating income is for second year it is 5. 5 minus 2, that is 3. Minus 3. So 65.4 minus 50 minus 3. Got it, all of you?
Sir, can you explain that 3, the last one?
3 is non-operating income is 5. minus tax, post tax.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
40% on 5.
Okay, okay.
5 minus 2 is 3.
Okay, sir.
We have calculated already the previous, when we calculate tax on EBIT, we have calculated that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 65 minus 4 minus 50 minus 3. How much comes? That is net investment, NOPALT minus net investment,
12.4, sir.
net investment minus non-operating income post tax, minus non-operating income post tax. How much comes?
12.5.
How much comes? 12.7, huh? 12.6. 12.4, yeah, correct. 53, 12.4, correct. 12.4 million. So year 3 will be, what is the NOPALT? Year 3, NOPALT,
71.8.
71.8 minus 15 minus
Minus 6. 10.
minus 6, yeah, 10 minus 4, 6.
14.8.
14.8. $14.8. Okay. Anybody, any clarification, anybody? Any doubt?
And it's coming 15.8.
15.8, sir.
Yeah, 56. 56, yeah, 71, yeah, correct. 15.8. Father, 15.8. Yeah, 15.8. Correct. So any clarification, anybody? Anything anybody want to ask? Is that clear, all of you? Okay, next one is financing cash flow. That is it can be financing cash, net financing cash inflow or net financing cash outflow. So look at, we have seen what are the financing cash inflow. Financing cash inflow, they are the borrowings, new loans that we received, new issue of shares, and then dividend received, interest income. These are all financing cash flow. The cash flow arising from financing activity. Then financing cash outflow is the opposite. That is the payment of loan, repayment of redemption of preference shares, or share buyback, or dividend paid, interest paid. These are all financing cash outflow. So write all the financing cash inflow and write financing cash outflow, and let us find out whether it is net financing cash inflow or net financing cash outflow. So let us take one by one. Year 2. So year 2, cash inflow, financing cash inflow. Financing cash inflow. Okay. Look at the share capital. Year 2, share capital 20 million is received. We received shares. Okay, 20 million, 130 million, and then increased to 150. So 20 million we issued shares. So 20 million share issue. You can write bracket share issue 20 million. Then look at the debt. Debt is 150 plus 30. So 30 million we borrowed more. So plus 30. New borrowings. New borrowings. Okay. Plus we have a income from marketable securities. Look at that. We have 10. Income from marketable securities 10. Post tax. Income from marketable securities post tax. So 10 minus 4, that is 6. Okay, plus 6. That is income from marketable securities post tax. Plus we have non-operating income, that is 5 minus 2, that is 3. Post tax. Non-operating income post tax. Non-operating income post tax. Okay. So 56 plus 3, 59. 59 million. Is that clear, all of you? Any clarification? Anybody? Any clarification? Anybody? Okay. Now come here for the assets, financing cash outflow. Financing cash outflow. So net purchase of investment we bought 60 plus 60 and 90, so 30 we bought new shares. Okay, so this 30. Purchase of shares 30. Then we have loans are not repaid, no redemption of loans. Okay, there is no cash outflow. Dividend is paid, that is 30. Dividend is paid 30. Look at that. Dividend paid. 30 is dividend paid. Okay. Plus interest expense. Interest is paid. That is 24 minus post tax. 24 minus 40%. Interest expense 24 minus 40%. That is how much comes? 24 40%. 24 minus 40% of 24.
14.4, sir.
14.4. That is interest expense post tax. Interest expense for post tax. Add this 74.4 million. 74.4 million. So cash outflow is higher. So it's called net financing cash outflow. Net financing cash outflow. Cash outflow is higher. So net financing cash outflow, or you can write cash out, financing cash outflow. There is 74.4 minus 59. Okay, 15.4. Yeah, 15.4 million. 15.4 million. That is finance. Yeah.
Sir, in the balance sheet, we can see an increase in the fixed assets, sir.
By purchase of fixed assets is not financing cash outflow.
Okay, sir.
Further?
Yeah.
That's the investing cash outflow. There are three outflows, no? Operating, financing, and investing.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So purchase of fixed assets, purchase of investment, these are all investing cash outflow. We are not asked to calculate investing cash outflow, we are asked to calculate balance sheet. So any clarification, anybody? Financing cash inflow, financing cash outflow. I repeat, Financing relates to raising funds. So how does the company raise funds? That's what the question here. So what are the cash inflow and cash outflow rising out of financing activity? That is raising funds. Okay. So what are they? Issue of shares. When you issue share, it is called financing activity because you receive money. When you redeem shares, the money is going out, the fund is going out. It is called financing cash outflow. Okay. And when you raise loan, it is fund is coming inside. It is called financing cash inflow. When you repay the loan, the financing cash outflow, that is fund is going out. These are two major things. And related to this, what are the expenditure involved? The expenditure involved are what is that? When you raise shares, when you raise money through loans, you have to pay interest. You will have to pay interest. There is interest paid. There is cash outflow. When you raise money through issue of shares, you have to pay dividend. So dividend payment. That is a financing cash outflow. And when you buy the new investments, the cash outflow. When you buy investment, cash outflow, because money is going out. When you buy new shares of other companies, money is going out. But you receive income out of it. That is the non-operating income. So that is called financing cash inflow. Any clarification? Anybody? Is that clear, all of you? So same way for a third year. Same way for a third year you can calculate. Third year, financing cash inflow. Financing cash inflow, no issue of shares. Issue of shares is not there because 150, no issue of shares. Okay. So issue of share is not there. Okay. New borrowings is there. How much we borrowed? 30 again. 30 we borrowed. Okay. So 30 new borrowings, 30 plus income from marketable securities is there. That is 15. 15 minus 40%, that is 6 plus 9. So 9 plus 6. Correct, no? 15. Now income from marketable securities, 15 minus 40%. 40% of 15, that is 6. 15 minus 6 is 9. So 10 minus 4, that is 6. So 39, 45. 45 million. And financing cash outflow is purchase of shares, investment is increased. Investment is 10. 10 increased. Investment is 10. Dividend paid is, how much dividend paid? 40 is dividend paid. Dividend paid is 40. Interest expense is 28. 28 minus 40%. How much? 28 minus 40%. 28 minus 40%. 28 minus 40%. How much comes?
15.8, sir.
15 point?
16.8.
16.8. So it will be 66.8. 66.8. So again financing cash outflow only. 66.8 minus 45. Okay. It will be 21.8.
Yes, sir.
21.8 million financing cash outflow. Financing cash outflow is 21.8 million. Okay.
So can you please make the screen, sir, towards your
Yeah. Can you say that?
Yes, sir.
Clear now? Understood? Is it clear? Then we are asked to calculate invested capital, that is the total assets minus investments. Okay, total assets minus investments, that is called invested capital. Okay, so we'll calculate that. We calculate invested capital. So invested capital is total investments, total assets is for second year, total assets is 450 minus investment is 90. Okay, so total assets minus investments, that is called invested capital. Okay, so year 2 it will be 450 minus 90. 450 minus 90, it will be 360. Year 3 will be 510 minus 100. 510 minus 100. Minus 100, it will be 410. Got it? All of you got it? Invested capital?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we'll have to calculate ROIC, return on invested capital. ROIC, return on invested capital, that is Nopal divided by invested capital. Nopal divided by invested capital. Nopal divide by invested capital into 100. So year 2 Nopal is how much?
65.4.
How much?
65.4, sir.
65.4 divide by 360 into 100. Year 3 will be, what is it, Nopal? Third year? 91.
71.8.
Okay, 71.8 divide by 410 into 100. How much comes? That is called return on invested capital.
So for second year, 18.17.
18.2.
166.
Yeah, 18.2%.
18.17, sir.
18.17. So 18.2.
Okay, sir.
Then third year,
17.5, sir.
17.5. 17.5. Then the growth rate is, now all this information we have, just you apply the equation, you get the figure. Growth rate of a company, that is net investment divided by invested capital. How much is the net investment divided by invested capital into 100. So that will be the growth rate. So growth rate is net investment divided by invested capital into 100. So net investment of the second year, how much? Year 2 net investment 50, no?
Yes, sir, 50.
50. So 50 divided by 360 into 100. Year 3 is also 50. So 50 divided by 410 into 100. 50 divided by 410 into 100. So the company is growing at this percentage.
13.9 for second year.
13.9. So 13.9 is a growth rate of company.
12.2, sir.
12.2 is the third year. So third year growth rate is less than second year growth rate. So thank you. Yeah. So thank you very much.